Well, recently I've been on a bit of a splurge with the faces. Not literally, but buying material, etc. I've got all sorts of things. I've got the box set, I've got the BBC box set, I've got this, that and the other. I've got God knows how much of Rod Stewart anyway. But I knew that this was coming up, this album. You may be aware of it. It's called The Faces Early Steps, from the beginning, basically, with the Faces. It's got a nice little hype sticker on it saying the first recordings made in London 1969, previously unreleased from Olympic Studios, rare live rehearsals, illustrated booklet with previously unpublished photos, in-depth liner notes. And my copy is still sealed up. I have heard a copy elsewhere. It says, take the early steps back to 1960 London, 60s London, with Rod Stewart, Ronnie Wood, Kenny Jones, Ronnie Lane and Ian McLagan, to the Faces, first and previously unheard recording session at Olympic Studios in Barnes. Walk by the River Thames to Bermondsey to hear rehearsals in the Rolling Stones warehouse. The earliest recordings of the Faces captured in all their raucous glory on the band's own cassette tapes. Hear the Faces before they took the first step. Well, first step, obviously, first album. Yep, there's the reference there. So I have heard this elsewhere. It's been put out on Rhino. Apparently the tapes were missing for years, and as I've heard from Phil Aston, he was saying that they turned up in a skip. And then they went to Germany. But an amazing job has been done on the sound of cleaning up, because historically they are very interesting. Right, let's just take this cover off. It's in that card, not plastic jewel cases, which seems to be a thing of the past now. They do tend to shatter, particularly on the hubs, but you've got to be careful with these card editions of CDs, because if you don't handle them right, they get a bit knocked about. Right, there's a picture of them there rehearsing. It says on the it's out on vinyl as well, but of course no interest to me, vinyl, just a pain to me. Barnes, autumn 1969. These are rough takes. Take one rough mix, Shake, Shudder, Shiver. Devotion, take one rough mix. Train, take 4 rough mix. Flying, take 1 rough mix. And then you go to Bermondsey, where they're doing rehearsals. And this is summer 69. I Feel So Good. Evil, Shake, Shudder, Shiver, Pineapple and the Monkey, Stone, Rehearsal and Devotion, Rehearsal. A lot of these things are not, until this came out, had not been heard by the general public. So let's just take a look inside here. There's an inner sleeve, smashing photograph there, I think. And it looks as though it's been taken on a bandstand somewhere or other, from what I can figure out. Inside is the CD in orange, rather nice. Let's put that to one side, and then on the other part, this booklet does not come with the vinyl version, so I'm told. So this is a plus. There's notes in here, photographs again. You see the old bandstand there. A very nice picture of Ronnie. It's the trouble with shiny paper here. I won't go in depth to this. There's a picture of a tape reel, probably that it was from originally. Gives credits, another nice photograph, and well, of course I had heard this. Rob Caiger, notes by Faces reissue producer, Dagenham 1974 to London 2025. For many years the journey into the Faces past ended there, but after Mac passed, and thanks to the tenacity of his son Lee, more tapes and cassettes thought lost were discovered. A big box containing 68 tapes and cassettes held a mix of rehearsals, demos and soundboard recordings by Faces live sound engineer Peter Buckland. Amongst the now fragile cassettes, which had to be carefully taken apart and baked for over a month to extract decades of moisture, were more Faces rehearsals. Pineapple and the Monkey, Stone and Devotion are the very earliest from 47 Bermondsey Street of the four-piece Faces without Rod listening in. We end this journey as we began, with a band devoted to their music. 12-year-old devoted enough to eventually find the musical path that led all the way back to the 60s London, to a beginning that happened only because the Faces took however many hard early steps it needed to make. Poignantly, the cassette tape runs out on Devotion, but for the Faces that never runs out. Well, there's a bit of a map there, see, where they'd been at. I would say, I don't know how much the vinyl is, but it'll be a hell of a lot more expensive than this. This is available on Amazon and probably other places for $10.99, and I think you've got a Billy bargain there. Certainly one that I'm sure most Faces fans will end up treasuring this. Great stuff. Well, maybe you've already bought it. Leave me a comment if you have and what you think of it, and if you think it's great value, which I think it is anyway. And if you've enjoyed this video, please tick a like or subscribe if you haven't already. And yes, I know that my eyebrows need trimming again, and it will be done in due course. Okay, thanks. Have a great day. Hope yours isn't as wet as mine is outside. Bye for now.